Okay, I got a request for a video from one of the people that watches and leaves comments, which I always appreciate. They wanted me to do a video on suicide, and um, I'm going to explain my position on suicide, which is not the socially condoned position. A lot of people will find it offensive or abhorrent. Um, as far as suicide is concerned, I think it should be a fundamental right for a person to terminate their own lives, not anyone else's, just their own existence, anytime um, they feel comfortable with it when they want to die. However, in the cases of people under, say, the age of 30, um, I would recommend they get counseling first because you're just starting out in life. And if you're just going to kill yourself because you're lonely or some girl broke up with you or something, I think that's kind of sad because, I mean, life usually gets better once you leave high school and college, even. As you have more control in your own life over your circumstances, most people become happier, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true 100% of the time, but I'd say generally, if you're an independent adult and you cannot make yourself happy, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should commit suicide. Um, and the reason why I defend euthanasia is because, okay, for example, I work at a hospital. I deal with a lot of people um, that have chronic pain and they're sick and they're already dying, they have cancer or whatever. And I don't feel comfortable judging the amount of pain a person should be expected to endure. I cannot make the decision regarding what makes life worthwhile. I'm sure you've heard of the term, what's it called? Quality of life, you know? Okay, to paraphrase Doug Stanhope, um, I'll put it this way. Doug Stanhope has a joke where he says, well, I don't blame anyone for walking out halfway through a shitty movie. If the first half of it sucked, guess what? Towards the end, it's probably not going to get a lot better. And like I said, I think it's sad when like a kid kills themselves or something because they haven't really given life a chance. But on the other hand, if you're 50, you know, you've ruined your life through bad choices, bad decisions. Um, I would not judge a person for taking their own life. However, the sad thing is, a lot of times when people commit suicide, they're living behind a family, a spouse, children. And, that's complicated, but in the end, the person that has to live their life is the one that needs to decide whether they want to continue living or not. I mean, if you want to live for your children, a lot of people do. A lot of people have nothing else. Well, what would my children think? Great. But if, on the other hand, you just want to die, I don't see why you should be forced to continue living. I have myself been suicidal when I was in my schizoaffective episodes, and I was pretty close to blowing my brains out with a shotgun. And if I had, my dog would be bereaved. I mean, my mom would be upset. Maybe my sister and my brother. But, life would have continued. My pain, my suffering at the time, which was pretty intense, would have ended. Luckily, I found a medication and I continue to live just because I have a dog that I'm just afraid, nobody else would take care of him. So, and I don't really have a lot of reason to be suicidal. I don't have chronic pain issues. Um, my illness is under control with the use of medication, but then again, I haven't started getting the side effects from my medication, which are probably going to be unpleasant. It's like involuntary muscle twitches, drooling. So if that happens, I might change my mind and decide to take my life. But in general, I wouldn't consider myself suicidal. But I'm not. If I get cancer, which I smoke, a lot. So when I get cancer, I'm not gonna hang around and suffer. You know, well, it'll be my own thing. When I've had enough pain, I'll just do it myself. Probably with a shotgun, like Charles Bukowski. Not Charles Bukowski, he died a natural death. I'm thinking Hunter S. Thompson and Hemingway. They're the ones that are famous shotgun suicides. Um, so suicide, what do I think of it? I think sometimes it's appropriate. You know, um, you can really never judge someone who has committed suicide. I don't think, honestly, unless you have been them and you know exactly what's going on in their mind. And a lot of people, they lose their job. They have no way to either provide for their family or themselves, and rather than become homeless and watch everything slowly taken away from them, they choose to commit suicide. And maybe it is the coward's way out. But really, when you think about it, most of us are cowards. And I'll tell you what, pulling the trigger on that gun, that takes a lot of courage. I think, anyway. Or jumping off the building, that takes a lot of courage. So I wouldn't really call it like a coward versus courage debate. It is the easy way out, but on the other hand, why? Sometimes it's like, why fucking drag shit out? Because some people just, they don't want to live, and why make someone live who doesn't want to? You know. Now, I think they obviously should get psychiatric counseling and medication if they're homicidal towards other people, or if they're just like self-mutilating and cutting themselves up with razors and shit like that, because that's more of a cry for attention. you know I don't know. It's a complicated subject. I'll make another video, but I want some commenter reader interaction with what I've said here, and then I'll make another video elaborating if you ask me specific questions, because suicide is really a big topic, and it's sensitive, especially for people who have committed, have loved ones who have committed suicide. So anyways, I want to get some more of your take on this. I think his name was Nietzschean something. So please watch this video, tell me what you think, and we'll start a little correspondence going about this subject. Alright, thank you. Bye.